Hey, how's everybody doing? 3:37. All right, about 3:37 here. Just a real quick recap here. Um, it's all about the semiconductors. We're keeping a real close eye on SanDisk, and we're keeping an eye on Micron pretty closely. Um, watching Marvel. Marvel's another one there, and Intel. So the semis, still seeming to be under pressure here, but every time they break to the downside, they rally back. So what ends up being is becoming a chop shop. That's exactly what's coming here. All right, so SNDK. Okay, kind of the mothership here. All right. Um, as you see now, you got a little bit of move to the downside here, and it was just chopping all day. And this is a 2 hour. All right, so you got the 311 here chopping up, and then you break this move down here, but they come right back up. So this is once you're into overnight, things are going to flop around. So you guys know that by now. We talk about that. And there's your 211 now stuck inside. So what we do see today um, is we still got a pretty stout week. Okay, this is the big thing that we talked about today. The week is holding up pretty good on SNDK. Okay, now it was up to 1460, and that is the high end of our. That is definitely where we top out. Okay, and I think that's our levels. That's our levels. It's we're really at we're at that 1360 and then we're down to like 1260. So we're stuck inside this range that we're kind of stuck inside with. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. It did fall off the cliff here a little bit at the end of the day, and then there was a little bit of a follow through. But once you get in here, it's gonna go wherever L wants to go. All right, so SNDK coming back down at the end of the day, and just more chopping than I'm seeing than anything else right now. And here's your Micron on your 15s. Chop, 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 guys, all day. All right, so you had a two-up move here to start the day, and then you just went into all this all day. So not telling us anything. All right, now there's your overnight, whatever. It's coming in here 1-1. All right, the week is still holding up pretty stout. All right, so we got Wednesday's gone with 2 days to go, and we'll look at some other things that like even the futures. All right, so those two I wanted to make a point of, and then Intel, kind of came down with it as well. So you get the 3-1-2 down. That was the 3-1-2-2-3. 3-1-2-3 puker down. All right, so then you got your choppy going still, even into the overnights. All right, still pretty stout though on the weekly. All right, so here you had the nice this was your Monday, Tuesday, and then we get another higher high. So Intel still holding up pretty well. All right. So the question is are they gonna get back up? Because it seems like SanDisk and Micron are a little bit trickier. All right. So Intel pretty good, holding up good because you had another update today. So we'll see. We'll see what the rest of that's going to bring. All right. So semis, I'm they're they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. All right. They have made this. They've just been chopping, and we're not getting any signs. Now the Mag 7 has been really really good. Okay, so when we look at the mags, we're right now we're all in on the long side on the Mag 7, and we're definitely really cautious on the semis. All right. I think the semis still might have some more room to the downside, I think. But we'll see about that. All right. So, and then we look at the MAG 7 and we look at MAGS and we'll look at that week. Okay. Now, kind of took a little bit of a hit with this day coming down yesterday. So there was a nice 2 day up. Now you get this inside day. It's not an inside day. It's a 2 day that came down pretty good too. All right. So what kind of fell apart today? Microsoft was down. All right. Microsoft was down during the whole day today. All right. Google came down, and Meta came down, and Tesla came down. All right. So we had a move today on the mags, gets up to back to the highs, and then this day right here created this lip that comes back inside here. All right, still pretty stout on the week there, I think, for myself. All right, so and then we'll go through a couple names, right? So Tesla, Tesla was, it's better if we go to the 30s. I think, it's just too much with the 15s. So kind of a better look here, right? Had a nice 3 to start the day, and then you puked it out, and then you just chopped the rest of the day. There's really not else to talk about there. Tesla is down for the day after a 2 day up, so now you got that. That's where that mags is seeing a little bit of that pull down because we had a downer day yesterday. It was today, and it was a 2 day. All right, Google, right? Google, big downer day. All right, right across the board here, goes outside. All right, did get a little bit of relief here coming back at the end. You come back in with the 2 hour. So 2-1, took a move to the downside. Shooter down now on the week on the Google, but we're just going to kind of still keep thinking about that mags that we're looking at. All right, so Goog gives up the week here. All right, with this down day. Now we're going to come inside tomorrow with a 1 somewhere, and we'll see how things shake out. And again, I think the Mag 7 is going to get better. I think that group can turn around and get better. All right, so Amazon really got cranked to the downside again. Another reason why another big 3 downer. Okay, so we're going to come inside here somewhere tomorrow as well. All right, so again, you kind of had the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday pukers. So this one, this was Monday, Tuesday, and here we are Wednesday today. All right, so this week is suffering a little bit more. Okay, but keep an eye on that mags because that mags is still holding up pretty stout, considering that a couple of them have moved to the downside. All right, and then there's Meta, and Meta's another down day here. Got down to 579.11. All right, couldn't go outside, couldn't take that lower low out, but just a regular day here. It was actually positive on the day, ended up 83 cents on the day, 0.14%. Pretty quiet day in all. All right, so there's your 212. So the week is holding out okay there right now on Meta. Okay, and then I don't have to go through all of them. Nvidia, I was very strong today. Very strong today with the gapper up and held the gap. All right, and did get up to 222, 22, 22. All right, so there you go. So there's your Monday, there's your Tuesday, there's your Wednesday. You got a very stout week. All right, so this one has gotten it's getting a little out of hand to the upside here. So maybe there's a little bit of a move coming back inside some of this business in here. When you get gappers like this, these are big moves, because you're considering that you're gapping. All right. So so Nvidia, the week is really good. All right. So that's kind of helping the mags when you look at the weekly on the mags. All right. So I watch the weekly mags a lot, and I trade the mags. when you do get the six stocks moving all in the same way, and they're moving up or down, the mags is a good thing to trade. All right, it's a good trader. All right, so let's see what mags brings here with the rest of the week with 2 days to go. And then we'll talk about the futures. I mean, because it's really all right now. Right now, it's about tech, and then diamonds just fell apart today. I'm beside myself with this thing. With the shooter down, gave it up. Now we went into all-time highs. I get it. I get it. We poked the bear. All right, you poke the bear, and you're going to get this. What you're going to get. Okay, so we did poke the bear today, and the bear said no, and he sent you back packing. All right, down, down, down here now. All right, starting to lift here a little bit. All right, so but the week is still holding so strong. Okay, so you got one downer day. You had gaps. All right, so hence the reason why the week is still so strong. All right, so the question is, are we strong enough to get this day taken back and get back up to those highs? I'd say there's a chance of it, but we'll wait and see tomorrow if this thing starts to come into force or something. Right now, that's not going to tell us anything what's going on in overnights. All right, but that's diamonds. All right, I think the week, I would be relying on the week than worrying about this shooter day down, because I think that week is pretty damn strong. All right, SPY's same thing here now, right? SPY's got the same thing. Week is holding up nice. Okay, you had a 2 day gap up, and then you get this day coming back inside. Creates the crease that's coming back inside now on the weekly. Very strong here still. Okay, they were garbage today. All right, they were chopping all day. Futures were not a good day. But these were our 30s. We broke down, and then we chopped the rest of the day. All right, nothing doing here. Nothing doing. Qs are the same way here. They made that move to the upside early. They made the high of the day, and then they chop, 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 and then puked it at the end. All right, so Qs still under pressure. I think it's the semiconductors that are the bigger problem. I think that the Mag 7 is just going to get dragged down with this business, but I think the Mag 7 is still better. Okay, I still like this Mag 7 better than I do like these semiconductors. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. And then did I talk about SPY? I think I did, right? So SPY holding up weak. 2-2 up, and then the day back inside. So you guys get where I'm coming from. All right. Now, XLP didn't finish strong. Okay, so it was another day up. It was red, but that's a 2-2 back up. All right, and getting a little better here now, starting to pick up a little bit. Walmart. Just had a rip at the end of the day here, man. We had a nice move here coming back. We had a really nice end of the day here on Walmart here. We had this one. All right, so we picked up about 80 something cents on this trade coming back up at the end of the day. Walmart was moving very nicely to the upside. All right, after not really doing anything all day, and that's how the day finishes, stuck in the middle. So you can see why. But I like this 2-3 reversal coming back up now. I think Walmart is like maybe primed to start maybe going to that 13, 14, 15 range. But we'll see what the markets are going to tell us about it. All right, what the futures are going to tell us at least. So Walmart, decent day with your XLP. Coca-Cola had a good day too. All right, so Coca-Cola coming back up now after the 2-2 down, right? The 3-2 down, and now here she come. All right, 87.12, cooking a 2-1 inside. We'll see if we can get these staples to get kicking again. All right, and then we look at Procter and Gamble, because that one should be going better here. Kind of stuck in the middle now. So we'll see if the staples can come back to life. Right now, 3-1 inside. So see what maybe Procter can give us a 3-1 day back up if these staples want to continue to move and start to show. Because today the futures have been heavy, So I think the XLP was showing up because it was acting defensive. All right, so we know that to be. All right, and then when I look at our groups, which I'm gonna look at right now, I thought I had it all prepped up in here, but give me a second, and we'll see who was the leaders and whatnot of that. All right, so looking at the groups here today. So today it really was too, man. It was all about the materials today. All right, so gold GLD. All right, a gapper up and holds up. Okay, see the gold? That is a gapper upper, holding upper. That's pretty solid. All right, now we look to see what gold wants to do from here. This is a big move. So if you were thinking about getting into gold, this would have been a good time to have been thinking about it. And how about yesterday with the shooter down and then you get the gap up? So look at that. They sold into all of that, and then you get the gap up the next day. That hurts, man. That hurts. That's not even fair. SLV silver. Another one with the gapper upper gave up a little bit more coming back down. All right. So materials. That's all in that XLB group. All right. So XLB group was a good day here. You get coming back down. So you got all those metals in there. GDX, Newmont, BTG, Coeur d'Alene, CDE, BTG, all right, Anglo Gold, AU, Apple Union, all right, and you can go through and look through the XLBs, and you'll find that if you're on Thinkorswim or whatever machine you're using or front end you're using, you will be able to get that information. Okay, so XLB, pretty stout day. Today was definitely number one. Healthcare, I don't know how this thing got the nod, but it ended up being the second strongest because it came back strong at the end of the day. It was a 3-1-2-2 back up. Came out a little hot with the outsider, and you got the 3-1-2 down. Nothing happened there. You did get the lower low, and then kind of chopped up for most of the day as you can see. All right, so XLV a little bit better, but when we look at those, we look at the insurers because those are the ones that are going to make a difference. And I see United Healthcare put up a nice outside day today. You're hammered up on the month here, pretty decent. You're hammered up on the week, good. All right, you are coming back down to the 2 hour right now. All right, so United Healthcare, we really kind of keep an eye on these. All right, Cigna gave us a nice day today. Nice hammer coming back up on Cigna. You look at MOH, Molina Healthcare. MOH, another outsider there. All right, so we'll be watching these tomorrow. Obviously, we got a plethora of outsiders. How about Travelers? You going to give me another one there too? No. Travelers says no. Cardinal Health, maybe. No. Nice move up though. All right, so insurers better, and now some of the pharmaceuticals should follow behind. One that really hasn't broke down at all has been Abbott. Abbott's been great. They take the 2-2 back down, all right, and it goes 3 on the day here. So I don't know where, like right now, she's a little higher, 105.70. All right, so that one looks to be inside day on Abbott. This was a move, a kind of a move, took a move to the downside here. But we'll see what Abbott's pretty good. All right. Amgen was another one that was kind of not performing that well. It was the 3-1-2-2 for this week, right? You got the 3 triggered the 1-2 up, got up to 416. Now you got a pretty stout week hanging in there with 2 days to go. All right, we'll see how the rest of this finishes up. Amgen's coming up nice there. All right, so healthcare number 2, the financials again, but they fall off, right? So materials, we were up over 2.7%. Healthcare, we were like 1.1%, and then everything falls off after that. Financials were up 0.2. All right, consumer defensive, they were up 0.17. All right, they're getting back in the game. They're trying to get back in the game. All right. So real estate was positive, and then on our biggest losers again, communication services. Meta is doing everything it can to try to keep this XLC group up, but still a lot of garbage in there. We had Disney today, and Disney reported, and it finished pretty good. I gotta say, man, Disney's been struggling for sure. All right. So she was up 1% on the opening here. She ended up being up 3.65%. So nice day for Disney. All right, and their numbers were decent. All right, so maybe Disney can pick up that group. We know that Roblox just died again. Another one with the spiraling again and again and again. So another gapper down. So we're gonna have to wait this thing out again. We'll see with that one. Again, they pulled the plug on everything and shut it all down again. So Roblox, man, I tell you, this stock has just been beat down, beat down. All right. So we'll see on this communications group. And that's it. I don't want to talk too much, okay? I don't want to. 21 minutes is too long. All right. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. The focus is going to be on the semis and the seven, the magnificent seven. All right, those are the twos that we're really focusing on, and we'll keep an eye on tech, and that's where we're going to keep it there. All right, we see some rogue stuff that's moving in. Diamonds, if the diamonds start to pick up, then we'll take more attention. But the diamonds were down all day today. But again, backed off from the all-time highs. We'll see what happens with that. All right, be good, be good.